Okay, so quite a lot of models of bikes will have these smaller upper linkages which connect to the shock. Quite often you'll get a pair of bearings, or you'll get four in there, possibly even six actually, because there's quite a lot now that the actual shock linkage, there are bearings in there just to make the suspension that little bit more plush. When you get these sort of linkages, there's obviously not a great deal of thickness between the in the linkage for the bearing tool to pass through, so again you can just use the smaller of the two tools for that purpose. Now then, extractor. So we can use an extractor on this one obviously. So for the extractors, which are obviously size specific, put the extractor in, because that bit just presses onto the inside of the bearing. Obviously make sure you're going the right way here. It'll only push out one way. The cup, that's the correct size to catch that size of bearing. I'm only putting that washer on just to, it just sort of protects the tool really when you're turning it. Get that so that it's going to catch the bearing nice and centrally, and then you'll feel the bearing as you're turning it. Again, it shouldn't need much force. If there's too much force, the bearing's not quite centralised, and then you'll just feel it pop as it goes into that cup. And you can see there that the little extractor has pushed right the way through to, so it's pushed the bearing out of the housing there and caught it in the cup. Obviously, like I say, it's size specific that, so if that bearing's too big for that cup, it won't push out. Okay. As I've highlighted before, when I stripped the hardware off the bike, I've cleaned that up and put that onto my little chart there that says where it comes from. You know, it is a good idea to do that, because it just keeps it saves any confusion, particularly if you've taken, say, like all four linkages apart and you've got them all on there. I've done two. I'm doing one at a time, so I'm only working on one linkage at a time. But if you're stripping the entire bike down, I'd urge you to do that, because you're just going to get bits and pieces mixed up. For instance, it's like those washers, you can't mix them up because they're different sizes. So you know, you must keep those in the correct orientation.